the athletic program and the sacrifices that are made by these young people. Please, as I introduce them, give them a very enthusiastic round of applause. And when I'm finished, please make sure that we give them an extra enthusiastic round of applause. Thanks. We have one graduating senior cheerleader. That's Captain Missy Goodman. She'll be escorted by Mr. John Tangretti. Would they please come out now and stand at half court?
As Mike Germanese is announcing the graduating seniors, we have one of our senior cheerleaders. And of course, the senior cheerleaders, there's only one this year, but the cheerleaders are an important part of any program. And
John Gers is doing photography
before I introduce
John Tangretti.
Three graduating
all-around athlete, can take pictures
senior
too.
Varsity players. I want you to be
so
sure
again, the cheerleaders, you know, they
get
tend not to get a lot of credit and so on, but of course they're there all the time and going to road games and so on. And it's an exciting year for them too, I think, with the Titans winning the Housatonic League.
Populated by
the
Mr.
involved in
Knapp.
football and basketball. And
Some
football
very
was 9-1,
interesting statistical information is on the program. And I think Mr. Knapp has said it probably better than anyone could possibly say. The first graduating senior is Sean McDonald. His parents are Mr. and Mrs. Richard McDonald. Would they please come forward?
There is Sean McDonald, senior, graduating senior.
McDonald.
And here come his parents right now to greet Sean at midcourt. Of course, they're also the parents of Phil McDonald. Boys giving a boutonniere and a corsage to their parents.
Co-captain Sheehan Dorsey. I'm going to ask Mr. and Mrs. Thomas Dorsey to please come forward.
Sheehan Dorsey, his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Tom Dorsey, coming on the floor right now. And Johnny, Shane's been electric this year.
He's a great guy to have coming off the bench. I've heard some other coaches talk about what an asset it is for Sheehan to have him come in the game and just turn his team and the crowd on.
And our third graduating senior is co-captain Todd Richardson. And I'd like to ask Mr. and Mrs. Tom Richardson to
and our final senior, co-captain Todd Richardson with Mr. and Mrs. Tom Richardson. They were here last year, of course, for Mark Richardson. And it's a chapter Richardson's out of the Sheehan program.
Enthusiastic round of applause for these very fine individuals.
And the crowd gives those three boys, the first seniors ever to give Sheehan a Housy championship, a big round of applause here on senior night.
I'll tell you, Tom, something about Todd Richardson. He's really stepped up in a big-time senior year for himself. A lot of kids don't get better as the years go on, but he certainly has.
No doubt about it. And as you said, Johnny,
very much.
A Housatonic League title for Sheehan. Now we're going to send it over to Mike Germanese.
Scholastic sports are an extension of our classrooms and our...
for the starting lineups. And Johnny, it's going to be a big one tonight for Sheehan. Brad Chernovitz leads Amity, and he's going to be a tough one to stop. But, of course, the Titans have got to continue to play their game. Now we're going to send it over to Mike Germanese.
For the Spartans, a junior, number 51, Jeff Seibard. For the Titans, a sophomore, number 33, Jason Freeman. For the Spartans, their senior tri-captain, number 34, Jason Small. For the Titans, a junior, number 32, Craig Carrero. For the Spartans, a senior center, number 42, Mike Forster. For the Titans, the senior number 42, Sean McDonald. For the Spartans, their senior tri-captain, number 31, Dan Miller. For the Titans, a junior number 34, John Gers. For the Spartans, their senior tri-captain, number 44, Brad Chernovitz. And for the Titans, their senior co-captain, number 41, Todd Richardson. Your officials for tonight's game, Mr. Frank Moore and Anthony Gambardella. The Spartan coach is Bob McKiernan, assisted by Jack Barton. The Titan coaches, Mr. Mike Papale, assisted by John Cavanaugh and Art Knapp.
So those are our starting lineups, and now we're going to have Becca Palsko singing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Becca Palsko with our national anthem. And we're going to take a break here before the start of this game and bring you tonight's season finale between Sheehan and Amity.
Welcome back to the Sheehan Gym. John Powers and Tom Gers with Tony Calcagni once again behind the camera. Huge Sheehan crowd on hand tonight to see if Sheehan can clinch its first ever Housatonic League championship outright. Amity controls the tip, and Tom, just looking from here, Amity's a good-sized club. They've given a lot of teams a tough time this year, even though they only have 7 wins.
Sheehan did not have an easy time last time at Amity, only winning by 3 points.
Amity having trouble converting, and here comes Sheehan.
Sheehan won 60-57 down in Amity. It was a tough game.
Ball knocked around. Freeman gets it out to Gers. Gers, long three-pointer is good. John Gers, that was almost an NBA three. That was way out there.
We saw these kids in the locker room before the game. The pressure's really off, Sheehan. They've won that Housatonic League, and now they want to win it outright, and they're loose, and they are pumped up to win the finale tonight.
Amity three-pointer is good by 34. Jay Small, so Amity answers back. Here comes Richardson, finds McDonald, loses the handle.
Yeah, you mentioned Sean McDonald, Johnny. I think it's really important to say his brother Phil, the sophomore, has been down injured, and Sean has done an excellent job, in fact, wearing his brother's number the last few games in honor of his brother. And Sean's done a really nice job, and, you know, Sheehan wins the Housatonic League because Sean McDonald comes up with some big plays in the last few games.
Amity, another three-pointer by Small. This time he misses, knocked around, and Small gets his own rebound. He's fouled. Fouls on 34, John Gers.
Now remember, we said Amity's got a lot to play for tonight, and one more victory puts them in the state tournament. And of course, Sheehan clinched a long time ago, but Amity's still got an opportunity. They don't want their season to end.
I was going to say, basically, this is sudden death for them. They lose tonight, their season's over. Because
actually, I thought so too, Johnny. But I was talking to Art Knapp before the game, and Amity does have Brantford on Saturday night, so it's not do or die yet for Amity. But Art just told me that a couple minutes ago.
Sheehan playing a tough man-to-man. It's 3-3, first quarter. This is 31 for Amity. Dan Miller gets it into Small. Small's done all the shooting so far. Having trouble finding some of the passes to. Decides to shoot, and Amity has two guys under the backboards. Comes away with the rebound. This is Miller. Pump fake, shoots, and goes in. So Amity crashing the offensive boards.
Sheehan really didn't shoot all that well in Brantford the other night. They really opened it up big in the second half, but the first half wasn't their better half of the season, despite winning the big game. Of course, a lot of that could have been attributed to the tightness because of the situation at hand.
So far, Sheehan a little cold offensively. This is Chernovitz, 44. He's their guy, and he just drove right to the hole. Brad Chernovitz. Richardson, fine Gers for another three. That time he's short. Richardson with the rebound. His shot is partially blocked. McDonald comes down with it. Gets it out to Richardson. Todd pumps fakes. Doesn't hit. So there's a lid on the basket so far for Sheehan. 7-3 Amity.
There's no doubt about it. Amity's got a big height advantage inside, and they're kind of beating the Titans on the boards early here.
Well, we saw Shelton with a huge height advantage, but they weren't making their shots. Another Amity miss. Loose ball. Amity comes away with it. Offensive rebounds. Chernovitz again. So Amity is pumped up. They come out playing hard, and Sheehan quickly is down 9-3.
Chernovitz is a good player inside. You've got to be aware of where he is because he's going to bull his way around, and the Titans have got to wake up on offense here soon.
Richardson for three. That's the third three-pointer Sheehan's thrown up so far, and that one was short. Stolen from behind.
Jason Freeman got that one, Johnny. Picked it off from behind. The Titans have got to get into the running game and start pushing up and down the floor. Brantford was sucking big win the other night in the second half. But right now, it looks as though Amity's the team to be running up and down the floor, and the Titans are behind.
Richardson short again, so Todd's off the marker in the early going.
I think I've counted 4 or 5 three-pointers by the Titans in the first 3.5 minutes of this game, and they usually like to run, and of course they can hit the threes, but you can't be living and dying by the threes out there.
And if you remember against Shelton, which was also a big team, Jason Freeman had a huge first half, and so far Jason hasn't really got involved offensively.
I think the big matchup to watch out there is going to be Gers and Chernovitz all night long.
Chernovitz is a taller player, but Gers can match him with his strength. There's Chernovitz getting the pass inside. Has a little bit problem behind the backboard. Gets his own rebound now and puts it up. So Brad Chernovitz is having a big first quarter. 11-3 Sheehan, and this looks like a reverse of the Shelton game we saw the other night. There's a pumped-up Amity team over there.
No doubt about it. Amity's juiced, and the Titans a little down. I mean, it took a lot to go down to Brantford the other night and pop that victory, but right now the Titans had better wake up because they're going to find themselves in a battle here down the stretch, and I can hear some voices from down in the valley right now going, hey, keep this one up, and we've got an opportunity to take home the big prize along with Sheehan.
Well, you can see in the camera, when the crowd shots come up, there is a huge Sheehan contingent here tonight, and I think the Sheehan players need to get their head in the game and realize that this Amity team is not going to lay down because Sheehan has clinched the championship.
Well, the other thing is, next week we've got the Housatonic League Tournament, which the Titans have secured the #1 seed for sure. And, everybody guns for the #1 seed, and, next week, is it going to be any easier? That #4 team, either Cheshire East Haven, who played tonight, are going to come in and try to pop these Titans off.
This is an Amity team, too, that played Shelton the other night and lost in overtime. So they're a tough team, and they've lost some close games, so they might be in that Housy tournament next week. Sheehan looking to get inside, knocked away. Gers comes up with the rebound, bounce pass to Freeman is kicked, and Amity comes up with it. So off the timeout, Sheehan unable to convert.
Well, the other thing is you come in as a visiting team and you feel as though no one's giving you any respect. They're taking pictures, and the seniors are being accoladed, and the team is enjoying their Housatonic League championship, and that may put a little fire in your bones when something like that goes on in a ball game. Titans definitely out of sync.
Jeff Seibart for Amity, the tallest player on the floor, just got himself 2 offensive rebounds. He was fouled by Craig Carrero.
Well, Dorsey's in the game now and McDonald out. And, of course, the Titans are much smaller in that regard when Dorsey does come into the game. But they are much quicker, and let's see if the Titans can execute that. Right now, Amity looks as though they're going to take their time.
This is small, long range, and Amity with the rebound again. Miller put it up and down, so he gets called for the travel. But, Tom, I think you're right. The Amity team had to sit here and watch senior night. They see 2 guys like me and you walking around with these shirts on, and I think they're here to play tonight. Richardson hits the 3.
Light them up, Todd. That's what we got to do. But the Titans have only been basically held to 2 3-pointers, and we're about 6 minutes into this contest.
11-6 Amity. Gers marking Chernovitz, knocks it away. Loose ball. Amity keeps it. Miller hits the jump shot. Dan Miller.
Amity's on fire in this first quarter. This is really one of the first quarters we've seen all year, Johnny, where the Titans have been down. It's usually been their quarter, the first quarter.
Carrero jump shot misses. Gers knocking it around, and here comes Amity. So far, this is not Sheehan's night.
And I see Coach McKinnon getting up and saying, slow it down. Obviously, he does not want to get into a running contest with Sheehan. Frank Moore on the floor, I think he called that one.
Chernovitz, the foul is called before the shot. Todd Richardson called for the foul, so Coach Papale goes to Dorsey early here to try to get things on track, maybe defensively for Sheehan.
I think a couple things we got to look at early on. Basically, the rebounding advantage is definitely with Amity. And the other thing is the Titans' shot selection has been very poor. Craig Carrero was way outside also. And there's another Amity three-pointer. They are juiced, and they got a 10-point lead.
Dan Miller. There's Gers, quickly throws it up and hits it. Wow.
Well, being down 10, maybe the Titans suddenly have to live and die by the 3 this early.
We'll need to check with Ted Moynihan in between quarters to see how many threes they've thrown up so far, because Dorsey just picks his pocket. Coast to coast. Shane Dorsey misses a Gers rebound, misses again. Richardson finally hits it.
Big D by Shane Dorsey. He's out there to juice this team up, and he did that. Now the Titans set up their press.
Sheehan looking to get that steal with the trap. Long pass, dangerous pass, but Amity gets away with it. 16-11. Quickly, Sheehan has got within 5.
We said it all year. The Titans have got to score and set up that press in order to create the turnovers. They're so much quicker than all the other teams in the league. Big rejection.
Freeman blocks Chernovitz. And here comes Sheehan. So again, the defense is what's leading Sheehan. Gers is short on the 3. And again, we need to check. I think Sheehan has thrown up about 80% three-point shots tonight.
I think I've counted at least 7 3-pointers right now, John, which is really unlike the Titans. Of course, they've made 3, so they're shooting a little below 50%, but they've got to be banging the ball a little bit. We've got to see some people penetrating that Amity defense. And the other thing, we haven't seen anyone go to the line for Sheehan. There's not a foul on Amity yet.
Long pass up court, and
wow.
Number 34, Small, just let it go out of bounds, so Sheehan ball.
Richardson kind of deked him there as though he was going to go after it. The kid was going to let him do it, but Richardson held his ground, and the Amity player let it go free. And they're going to get the ball underneath their own basket with 1:05 left.
Well, Tom, 1:05 left in the first quarter. That's a good point you made. Amity has yet to commit a foul, but when you're shooting three-pointers, there's no reason to foul someone.
Sheehan hasn't attacked the Amity defense once yet tonight.
We're used to seeing guys like Richardson, Gers, Dorsey penetrating, Freeman banging inside, and so far, it's been all long range. Here's Gers looking for room to drive. Gets the shot off, and he is fouled by Chernovitz. So Gers does exactly as we were just talking, found a little room to penetrate, and was fouled.
You got to do that. You got to attack and make Amity play defense on you. If not, go to the line. And John will do that right here with two chances with 51 seconds left to go. John shooting from the line. It's improved over the last several games. He's currently shooting 52% from the line, 39 for 75 coming into this game tonight.
Sheehan down 4. Gers can make it 3, and he does. So I think Sheehan's fortunate to be down only 3 with 51 seconds left in the first quarter.
Down 3, and as we said, the three-pointers have really helped the Titans because they could be down a bunch more because I really think it's been Amity's quarter up to this point.
Down to 45 seconds left now. Sheehan in the man-to-man. This is Dorsey guarding Chernovitz. Dorsey giving up a good 8 inches to Brad Chernovitz.
Yeah, somebody's got to make a switch there because that's just not going to work. But obviously on defense, Gers and Dorsey had a switch. They'll make that switch right now, and they'll get back on their offensive player.
Ball was off of Freeman, so Amity retains underneath their own hoop. Dorsey checks. McDonald checks in for Carrero. 29 seconds left in the first half. 16-13 Amity. Amity probably will hold for one shot here with the 3-point lead.
I think what every team in the league fears is Sheehan's speed. I know Shelton tried to come in and slow it down a bit. I saw Branford do it the other night. Amity's doing it, but you just can't help but be affected by their speed as Freeman blocks a big one.
And Dorsey's going to convert on the other end. No, it isn't. He misses. I spoke too soon. And that's tough break. Then that's going to be the quarter. Sheehan had a chance here to cut it to 1. And after a quarter dominated by Amity, Sheehan is able to be behind by only 3 points. At the end of 1, it is Amity 16, Sheehan 13. We will return with the second quarter in 1 minute.
Hello, my name is Smokey Bear, and this is my home. A place for you to climb, sleep, watch, and play. As long as it's not with matches. Only you can prevent forest fires.
Okay, we're back at the Sheehan Gym. Start of the second quarter. It is Amity 16 and Sheehan 13. Sheehan ball on the side. And a tough quarter for the Titans. I think they're fortunate to be down only a 3-pointer.
And here they got an opportunity to obviously tie this game up right now. Here's an opportunity.
Dorsey throws up a 3. It's long. Freeman with a big rebound. And he is fouled, so Jason Freeman get involved on the offensive glass.
Now, Jason Freeman, ever since McDonald went down with the injury, Jason Freeman has really picked up his game. In fact, we saw him against Shelton, and he said it was his best game of his career that night. He had a hell of a game. In fact, the first half, I think we had 13 points.
So Freeman at the line. That foul was on 42. Mike Forster, his first.
Freeman on the line. He's a 66.7% free throw shooter. Only Shane Dorsey and Todd Richardson are better.
Jason missed the first rather badly. And this is the second.
It's the whammy over here. We got to keep our mouth shut with these statistics from Coach Foster.
So Amity slowing things down here. This is Dorsey guarding Chernovitz again. This is Miller. Sheehan playing a man-to-man, and Dorsey is giving up some size to Chernovitz. He gets picked off. Chernovitz looking to pass, finds Jeff Sybar, who converts, and here comes Sheehan quickly up the other way. Dorsey trying to dribble through everyone, but that was knocked off of him and going back the other way.
Titans are going to bring Carrero back in and give him Sean McDonald the break, and that was an instance again where Shane Dorsey, although we've seen a lot of great shots by Shane all year, he's got to remember, and state tournament time he's got to remember this. You got to have the numbers with you, and we've said that over and over again. He didn't have them there, and he kind of lost control of the ball.
Well, Gers looking for the steal, gets it. Nice play by John Gers, and he is hacked. But John Gers single-handedly wreaking havoc on the defensive end.
Oh, I know. I've talked to John tonight, and he's really pumped. He doesn't want to share this thing with anybody, and you can't blame him. None of these kids do. They are all ready to want to go out and win this one tonight, and right now they got a little work for themselves before the half ends.
So a little trouble on the foul line here in the second quarter. And the second quarter has not been a friendly one for Sheehan. They've had their troubles, and this time they enter this quarter down 3 points. Usually they've been ahead entering the second quarter.
Yeah, the second and third quarter have not been Sheehan's best. We've said it all year long. And the Titans continue to struggle on those boards and on those chippers underneath.
They've missed quite a few close shots so far. Freeman gets called for the foul, and that's his first. Sheehan coming out in a full-court press. They had some success late in the first quarter with it, so 18-13 Amity. Dorsey looking for the steal. And it's a 5-second call. So, again, excellent defense by Sheehan Dorsey.
It's a good move by Coach Papale to put Dorsey on number 12 for Amity. That was Frank DePino who just entered the game, and a little shaky, a little flat, and Dorsey just took advantage of him.
It's got to be tough to come into the game and have Sheehan Dorsey all over you like that.
There's a lot of people in the league that have felt that this year.
And DePino, I think he's only a junior, so getting introduced to the varsity level. This is Dorsey, a long three. Gets the roll. Sheehan Dorsey.
It's the fourth Titan three-pointer of the night. Nobody back on Dio ever. Big play. Oh, he calls the foul.
And Coach Papale can't believe it. We heard ball over here, but maybe he got some of the arm also.
Oh, that's not an automatic, but Frank Morris said he got a piece of his skin. The Titan fans are not happy about that one, and they're showing their disapproval.
Well, we all heard the sound of the ball, even way over here, Tom, and I think that's what the fans are upset about. Todd may have got a piece of his hand as he hit the ball, but you could hear the hollow sound of the ball getting knocked out of his hands, and let's give Todd Richardson credit for getting back defensively that time.
We have a breakdown on defense by Sheehan, but Richardson, just as all these Titans play defense, all out, and the Titan crowd wants to see them both miss, and they are.
Amity gets the rebound, however. Sheehan not able to box out. Nice passing by Amity. This is Seibart. Gets the easy bucket.
Titans have got a rebound. They're getting beat badly on offense and defense on the boards.
Dorsey bounce pass to Freeman. Gets it out to Gers. Another long three-pointer. That one's long.
Now, we've said it before. You take the threes, you tend to get long rebounds on the threes. And unfortunately, the Titans are not. It's one shot and done each time down. DePino again feeling Dorsey's pressure.
That's 51. Actually, that's 31. Dan Miller knocked around again. Now Richardson gets the ball back, but he was fouled before he could put the shot up. 23-16 Amity. So Sheehan has made a run, got it within 2, and just like that, it's back up to 7 as Todd Richardson was fouled on that play.
You know, I don't know if Amity's really done anything extra special out here defensively or anything. I think the Titans just look a little sloppy, a little sluggish. Of course, the heat's off from the big win the other night, but they got to really get things straightened out here at halftime.
Carrero missed and Seibart with the rebound, so I think you're right, Tom. Sheehan is a little flat tonight. They're a little tight maybe. They want that win. There's a big crowd on hand tonight, and a lot of times...
There's a walk.
Walk on Chernovitz. I think Sheehan needs a good defensive stand like that to kind of get themselves going.
I think Brad Chernovitz got to understand his role as a basketball player and his father's role as the official, and I think he better understand that before this game's out. Because I know the officials have already warned him about his comments. Titans using Carrero to post up inside. Chris Thorpe with a big jumper.
That's a huge three-pointer by Chris Thorpe, two-pointer.
Thorpe's been used a lot lately. He's been coming off the bench and doing a nice job for Sheehan, and each game he's gained more and more confidence. He's going to be a big player to watch next year for the Titans, who are going to have to be replacing a point guard.
Richardson knocked it away. The Sheehan fans wanted it their way, but Amity's going to keep it.
Football coach Dennis Mannion was over there pointing Sheehan way also, and he had a pretty good view of it.
He's busy watching this little guy run around, so I don't know what he saw.
Well, I'm sure Tony picked him up on camera, and Dennis pointed toward the Sheehan side. Unfortunately, the officials disagree.
4:45 left, second quarter.
See Mike Arico sitting over there, too, the official. I wonder which way he was pointing.
Well, he doesn't have a whistle in his mouth tonight, so it doesn't
he's
matter
off
what
tonight.
he
He's taking it easy.
Chernovitz, long three-pointer, and that is an air ball. Seibart gets the rebound and knocked around. Amity with several offensive chances off the glass, and Sheehan unable so far to box out.
Sheehan's really struggling on those boards, and we said the height advantage is a factor. Chris Thorpe was banging in there that time trying, but obviously he's the smallest man on the court right now, but he was banging as well. Here comes Sean McDonald back in. He's going to give Jason Freeman a much-deserved break.
That foul was on number 11, Chris Thorpe, his first.
It's Chernovitz from the corner. He gets the roll.
Sheehan finds himself down again by 7, 25-18.
Amity, give him credit. They've really answered a couple of Sheehan runs so far. And a couple of times it looked as though Sheehan was going to pick up the big momentum. And Amity's answered each time. They're here to win tonight.
And Amity's playing inspired defense, I'll tell you. They're playing tough. Sheehan being patient offensively, but again, they're not getting the ball anywhere inside. They're passing it around the perimeter. Richardson looking to penetrate. Here's Gers, pump fake, drives to the hoop. Nice roll. Nice shot by John Gers.
Little scoop shot there by John. Went around the defense nicely and put it in for 2. So Sheehan's now down 5.
Have to make a program note here, Tom. Our halftime guest is none other than Ralph Schlottman, the original first and only coach of Sheehan basketball.
And we hope you join us for that, because we're going to bring Ralph over and talk to him about the beginnings of the Sheehan program. And we thought we'd bring him over and reap some of the benefits of this Housatonic League crown, because he started this program here at Sheehan High School.
Gers three-pointer. Hits it. So Sheehan back down by 2. 25-23.
Titans have come back, and it must kill Amity to be out here playing hard and yet find themselves only up 2, because the Titans are canning the threes. I think that might be 4. Here comes Carrero
with the numbers. Carrero passes to Thorpe. Gets the layup. High ball game.
25 all. The Titans have just stormed back in a matter of about 15 seconds. That's Titan basketball. They strike real fast.
This is Seibart. Jump shot is good.
There are bodies flying all over that floor. You know, it's something, but it always seems as though Brad Chernovitz is in the middle of bodies on the floor. But again, legs got tangled up, but there must have been about 3 bodies on the floor. No call was made. Tony Gambardella makes the call, tells the players to take it easy out there.
27-25, Amity answers back. Down to 2.5 minutes left.
I heard a slap there. I don't know about that one, but we could hear it over here. We're across the court. No call made.
Ball just goes right through Seibart's hands into Gers's, and here comes Sheehan with a chance to tie again. Chris Thorpe jump shot. Off, we're right to Todd Richardson. He's short. Sean McDonald gets the loose ball.
Beautiful. Perseverance paid off that time for Sheehan. And Sean McDonald picked up the loose ball and popped it in. Tie game.
27-27, 1:53 left, second quarter. This is Miller, left-hand shot is good. Amity answers right back.
It's a heck of a first half, Johnny. Both teams answering the call.
Richardson finds Carrero, little past his range. McDonald!
Oh!
Like the first half against Shelton, Sean McDonald. Back-to-back hoops.
That was a tough rebound right there by McDonald, too, and he was behind the backboard and put it in. And I'll tell you, Sean has been pumped up the last 4 games, and I've seen a marked improvement in Sean. When I was coaching the JVs, we really worked with Sean a great deal. He didn't play last year, but this year he has really strived to improve, and he's done an excellent job.
Nice cross-court pass to 33, Eric Pepe, and Amity answers back. So Sheehan has been unable to take the lead here tonight.
I just heard Coach Mike Papale say, what are we doing out there to his assistants?
Chris Thorpe. Couple big shots from Chris tonight. Sticks a long-range jumper.
Thorpe has found the confidence, and that's only going to make the Sheehan Titans a much stronger team in the Housatonic League tournament and the state tournament.
Chris Thorpe with the steal, and the foul is on 31 for Amity, Dan Miller. So Chris Thorpe has had a nice second quarter for himself.
I always thought that Chris Thorpe had a lot of basketball skills. He just needed the confidence, and I think he found himself getting a little bit of playing time throughout the year and not really getting too confident because his time would be up and down. But I'll tell you, over the last 3 or 4 games, Chris Thorpe, as has Sean McDonald, those are 2 key reasons why the Titans have won over the last 4 games.
So down to 57 seconds left, 31-31. Sheehan with a chance to take the lead.
And that would be a heck of an accomplishment after being down by as much as Sheehan was down by 10 at one point in this first half.
Here's Richardson looking to penetrate, bounce past the Carrero. Richardson was able to penetrate, and that opened things up for Craig Carrero. Sheehan ahead, 33-31.
Chris Thorpe taking a page out of Shane Dorsey's book here. Pressuring DePino. Thorpe with the play.
What a play. The Carrero can't hit the layup. but Chris Thorpe all over the floor, and Amity has a breakaway here. Sidebar, so Amity does not get flustered. They come right back and tie up the Titans.
I'll tell you something. If Chris Thorpe can continue to play as he's playing here, that'll give Dorsey a little time to get his thoughts together. It's going to make Sheehan a much stronger team in the next couple of weeks.
Down to 3 seconds. Thorpe takes the jump shot. It's knocked away, and that's going to end the half. But I think Sheehan can be real happy with a 33-33 tie as we go to the locker room. So at the end of 2 quarters, it is Amity 33, Sheehan 33. We'll be back with Coach Ralph Schlotman in 1 minute.
An act of God is a hard act to follow. We know. We do it every day. But right now, it's harder than ever because our disaster relief fund is gone. Our ability to help is threatened. Support the Red Cross. Call 1-800-842-2200. We can't do it without you.
Back at the Sheehan Gym, John Powers and Tom Gers with Coach Ralph Schlotman. And Coach, you were down in Brantford the other night. You saw your Sheehan team win a Housatonic League championship. You, of course, were the guy to start this program. You coached here for many years, and you've taught here for forever, it seems.
Since it opened, yeah.
How did it feel the other night?
Well, John, I tell you, I felt so happy for the kids because really this year, the way they started off, you know, they lost a good player, Marcus Ayala, and, you know, it seemed like things were going to go against them. But the chemistry that they've had this year, like Coach Papale said, they really played together. They're a great group of kids. They really feel for one another, and somebody always picks up the slack, you know. And then something like Phil McDonald, you know, with his broken thumb, and I mean, Sean coming in to play for him. It's really, they've all pulled it together, and it's made a real team effort, and I'm really very proud to see them win it, I says, because a team like this really deserves to win because they really worked hard all year. You know, you can have a great team and then, you know, and win, but when you've got kids that really pull together and play, it makes it that much more enjoyable. And I tell you, Mike's done a hell of a job since he's taken over the program, really.
Well, Coach, we know back when the school opened in 1971, and I played a couple of years for you before you left the program, and I know there's some stories way back. You know, the Sheehan Titan basketball has come a long way since 1971, and I know there's a story about the first game Sheehan ever played against Woodrow Wilson High School, and you were telling me the other night at Brantford.
Yeah, we opened up the season in 1971, and we played our first game. And in fact, it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll never forget, Coach Mr. Riccatelli, you know, the athletic director at the time. We didn't even have uniforms. He called up Choate, and him and I were inside putting tape over some of the numbers so they wouldn't duplicate. And at 4 o'clock, the guy from Blanchette Sporting Goods, I believe, brought the uniforms up, and we had the uniforms that night. We played Woodrow Wilson, and boy, we started off like a boom. First game ever in the season in the history of the school, and we beat Woodrow Wilson. We love to play them. Oh, they were. So we happened to win 3 games that year, and I mean 2 games that year, and both were against Woodrow Wilson. So it was the first game the school opened, and we were so happy. Oh boy, we were up. Boy, first time the school ever played a game. We won a varsity game. Now we went down to Brantford, and when you play down there, they had a bandbox. Used to hold about 90 people, I think. So. They were beating us by about 60 points, I guess, going into the 4th quarter. And Coach Dembinski was our assistant coach at the time, you know. And we looked out on the floor, and we saw starting 5, Sokolowski, Bowman, Grant, you know. And Coach Knapp over here said that he was looking up in the bleachers to get JVs. Well, if he was, Dembinski looked at me and says, Coach, don't worry, our day will come. And sure in hell, 3 years later, those kids that took them lumps beat Brantford over here, and that was a big win for us then. So Brantford's always had a great program, but it seems like, you know, there's not a following anymore. I don't know. You went down to Brantford. We were there the other night sitting there, and you go in the parking lot, and there are all cars there. I guess they're all for night school, though. No one was going to the basketball game. But
well, I think it's important for everybody out there to know that Coach Schlotman was here from 71 to, I think, 1980, and he got this program started, and we wanted to have you on here, Coach, to reap a little bit of benefits of this Housatonic League championship.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And good luck during the golf season.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
That's Coach Ralph Schlotman joining us at halftime with a few tidbits. We thank Ralph. We don't have any special gifts for our halftime guests this year.
A handshake. That's all.
There we go. We'll be back with the start of the second half, right after this public service message from WPS TV.
You lost, little boy?
You in the wrong place, man. To Victor, this isn't just a drawing, it's a cry for help. Listen to the children. Learn to protect them from drugs and violence. Call now and take a bite out of crime.
Welcome back to Sheehan High School. Start of the second half. 33-33. And Tom, as we talked about, Sheehan's pretty fortunate to be tied up. They were out-rebounded in that first half, 22-12 by Amity. And I think a lot of those rebounds were Amity offensive ones that were put back in.
I think Coach Papale is more than happy to be tied right now. I don't think he was happy with his team. We looked over at him once, and he looked down at assistant coach Knapp, and he kind of said, what are we doing out there? We've got to wake up. And I think they made a push late in the second quarter, and, of course, they're tied now. So I think they're going to have to pick it up on the boards this half. They got to set that press up. It's got to be a little more effective. And I think their shot selection has got to be similar to the way it was in the second quarter instead of the way it was in the first quarter.
John Gers had a big first half with 13 points. Chris Thorpe off the bench with 6.
Oh, that was big for Sheehan. Those were 6 big points.
For Amity, Dan Miller had 9 to lead his team. So here we go. Sheehan again trying to clinch this Housy title. Here's Carrero with the steal, has Richardson. And a nice way for Sheehan to start the half.
I really think Sheehan's going to pull this one out rather easily in the second half. They're just too quick for this Amity team. And now with the lead, Sheehan can start to play their type of basketball.
Amity gets it over half court. Sheehan with the lead, 35-33. Another big statistic from the first half was Amity had 14 turnovers. Sheehan had 3. So the Sheehan defense playing their game. Chernovitz looking for a pass, finds Seibart. McDonald's all over him. Nice pass, but no one there to catch it.
You know, I think the other thing to look at, Johnny, is the condition the Sheehan Titans are in. The second half, the Titans are going to be juiced, and they're going to have the energy to go through it. I wonder if Amity can keep up the pace with Sheehan. Many teams have come and gone. We saw Shelton just fall apart in the second half last week.
Here's Amity, and looks like a 1-2-2 or a 3-2 zone. And we talked about that with Tony Calcagni at halftime. And, again, that's a defense you want to penetrate down low on the baseline. Here's Gers, foul line jumper. Won't fall.
That defense has been very effective for Amity because the Titans have really been taking, 15-footers plus all night long. And I'd like to see the Titans penetrate a little more. Maybe dish off to one of the big men for some short jumpers.
Titan ball underneath their own basket. Richardson will inbounds it.
At this Sheehan play, they're looking right inside to Carrero, and he's fouled. Coach McKinnon not too happy about that call on the Amity bench there.
Foul was on 42, Forster. And
Body's on the floor again.
This is Richardson, long-range shot. McDonald, rebound is knocked out of his hands, but it's going to go Amity's way. So Sean McDonald battling inside.
This is one of the better rebounding games I've seen Sean McDonald have. Not so much to, he hasn't grabbed all that many, but his hands are constantly on that ball. He's really getting nice position inside.
Miller penetrates. Aaron pass out top. And a Sheehan steal. Richardson one-on-one gets the roll.
I can't remember seeing a team that picks up so many loose balls as this Sheehan team. I mean, if there's a loose ball, there's a Sheehan body on it, and the Titans have just blown out to a 4-point lead here with 6:15 left to go as Amity calls a timeout to settle things down.
Tom, you talked about it. I think there's the Sheehan conditioning is a factor. They just do not get tired. You see other teams starting to look a little worn out, but the Sheehan team just gets stronger. And also the quickness of the Sheehan team.
There's no doubt they're the best conditioned team in the Housatonic League. I mean, they proved that over the second half of the season. And that's usually been the difference with all these games this year. I think Seymour found that out in the game here, and we saw the game at Seymour. The Titans had just a little bit more left at the end. Shelton found it out. I think in the Lyman Hall game, a couple big plays, big steals over at Lyman Hall. Those are the plays where, it's a close game. You want those guys in the court to finish it up.
And the last couple teams we've seen, the Amity team and the Shelton team, they're big, lumbering teams. And playing against 5, Sheehan does not have slow players on this team. Every one of them is quick hands and quick feet. And here they come out pressing again.
Should also mention tonight, Sheehan's without one of their players off the bench. Kevin Glass, who plays sparingly for the Titans, is out with an ankle injury. Not sure if it's sprained or if it is fractured. He may be out for a while.
Seibert missed the jump shot. Here comes Dorsey pushing up the court. This is Gers for three. In and out. And Chernovitz rips down the rebound. Richardson playing Chernovitz.
That could have been a nail in Amity's coffin there. That would have made it a 7-point game, but here comes Amity right back.
Stays with Amity.
I think, Johnny, while we have a minute here, this is our last regular season telecast. We'd like to thank Dave Berghardt and Ed Mick from the WPS staff there for doing a nice job editing our games.
Cover up our mess-ups.
Our many blemishes, which the public does not get a chance to hear too often. So we'd like to thank Dave and Ed Mick for and everybody at the WPS staff for a heck of a season.
Nice pump fake by Miller. Dorsey went airborne. It looks like Miller might be a little shaken up. Sheehan holding to that 4-point lead with 5:30 left in the third quarter. It was nice to have Ralph Schwatman over here during halftime time. He's a great guy. Just a guy you want to sit down and talk to. He has a million stories to tell.
I was sitting with him in the second half down at Brantford, and there was a little glint in his eye when the Titans pulled out that victory. He was happy, and Coach Papale handed him a Sheehan Housatonic League T-shirt similar to ones we're wearing. I think he got a big kick out of that, and Mike felt it only proper for a guy that supports the team. Even now, still, he comes to the games. He lives in East Haven, and he's here tonight watching the Titans.
Amity unable to get it inbounds. Gers knocked it away, went off of Seibert, and Sheehan ball. So another Amity turnover. Sheehan 4-point lead. Finds Richardson as they swung the ball. Richardson off the back of the rim. Dorsey gets the rebound, has it knocked away. Dangerous pass to Richardson. Chernovitz almost stole it. Richardson drives, is short, gets his own rebound, misses again. Freeman goes up strong. So Sheehan hitting the offensive glass.
Pure guts right there for Sheehan. Nobody back on D, however. Chernovitz basket hanging, gets two. However, basket hanging down there and then not being on the boards on the other side kind of cost his team two for Sheehan.
Gers hits a two-pointer. So things starting to pick up here with 4:30 left in the third quarter. Again, Sheehan trying to clinch sole possession of first place in the Housatonic League. This is Chernovitz driving, pass inside, and the foul. That was number 33, Eric Pepe. Foul was on.
That was on Jay Freeman, Johnny.
Jason Freeman, his second. So Amity's hanging in there. Sheehan making a run here, and the Spartans just won't go away.
Geez, Johnny, the way this one's going, we might get home in time to watch Seinfeld tonight.
Well, that is a factor, Tom.
We're both a little upset we're missing that one, but with 4:21 to go, it's only about 8:30 right here. We just might make it.
We need to talk about the Thursday night scheduling because when Seinfeld was on Wednesday, we were in good shape.
Yep.
But
get that VCR going.
We love Coach Papale and the Sheehan boys, but Kramer and George and those guys, I don't know.
Well, Housatonic League champions. I guess they deserve our support tonight.
And we have a T-shirt on, so I guess we better stay.
Titans only up 3 right now as Amity converted that 3-point play on the foul shot.
Craig Carrero's getting knocked around there, and he'll go. He is fouled on that. Will not go to the line. But the beauty of our technology today, Tom, is that we can watch the Titans live and watch Seinfeld the same night. So thank God for VCRs. 3-point Sheehan lead. Carrero in the middle looking to penetrate, put the ball down on the floor, was swatted away.
Craig probably could have put that shot up from there. That was a good position to have the ball against that zone there, but he decided to dribble it, and he paid the price.
Chernovitz's pass is stolen by Freeman, and here comes Sheehan. Richardson, his shot is just swatted away, and Chernovitz is hacked by Carrero, but number 42, Forster, just swatted Richardson away.
This Amity team, Johnny, is really it's a spunky team out there. They're scrappy. They may not have the shooters that Sheehan's got, but with a 3-point game with 3:44 to go, Sheehan is by far they haven't even come close to put this team away yet.
It's hard to believe they're a team that only has 7 wins, to be honest with you.
And I think they've only got 4 in the league as well.
You know, we've seen Amity over the years on TV here, and all the games have been close. And the funny thing is, Sheehan has pulled a lot of those games out in the last couple minutes. So we might see another one of those tonight. This is Chernovitz posting up inside, and it's a 1-point Sheehan lead. Chris Thorpe has checked into the game for Richardson. He finds Carrero driving baseline, and he's fouled. Nice job by Carrero to get to the hole.
Craig does a nice job driving the baseline game in and game out. And he's found himself in the foul line quite often. And he has a unique way about going around defenders and just kind of scooping that ball and putting it off the glass. We saw him do it at Lyman Hall. Put in an incredible baseline layup. And here he tried it, but he's fouled. He gets 2 shots for his efforts.
The other good news for Sheehan this year, we have the sheet here from Jim Foster, the state rankings, and Sheehan right now is number 2.
That's in the Class L state tournament rankings.
Of course.
Well, the Titans can finish 2, 3, or 4, basically, the way it stands right here. They're going to have to draw a lot, depending on what Guilford and Killingly do. They, along with Sheehan, are 16-3 at the moment. A victory tonight would end the season at 17-3 for Sheehan, which, Johnny, a victory tonight would be the most victories in any one Sheehan season. And we haven't even played the Housatonic League tournament or the state tournament yet. 2 other teams won 16 for Coach Papale, but that was with Housatonic League and state tournament wins.
Seibert swats Freeman away, and the Amity team is pumped up. They have tied this game at 42. Of course, Sunday's paper in the Record Journal, Ted Moynihan wrote an article about why Sheehan is playing in the class above their normal Class M. Gers jump shot hits. John Gers, hot hand tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sheehan plays, their schedule just dictates in the league 65% rule against bigger teams, and it forces Sheehan to move up to L. Basketball is the only sport that does that. But I'm sure Sheehan is up to the challenge. I know Coach Papale would have liked to have seen his team in M.
Freeman just swats away. Chernovitz gets the rebound. He made the pass, but he got underneath, and Carrero was fouled, so Amity unable to convert. Sheehan with a 3-point lead in their ball. That foul was on 44. Chernovitz, that's his 3rd, so he'll need to be careful with 2:13 left in the 3rd quarter.
Well, that was basically a frustration foul by Brad Chernovitz. He hustled to get that rebound, and then he missed a short jumper, and he kind of made a foolish foul on Sheehan.
Dorsey, long-range 2-pointer off the rim. Freeman battling.
Thorpe getting involved in the defense on the rebound, on the boards.
Thorpe comes away with it.
Wow, Chris Thorpe getting involved in those boards. Smallest guy on the floor.
Carrero hits the foul line jumper. And a travel, so Sheehan's going to keep the ball.
Sheehan's pulling away. 1:44 to go in the 3rd. They're now got a 5-point lead. I don't think Coach McKinnon wants to see this.
He's going to call a timeout here, Tom. Things are starting to slip away. He can feel it, and a nice little run here for the Titans. You mentioned Chris Thorpe. This is, I would think, his best game ever as a varsity player. He's come off the bench. You mentioned Kevin Glass is not available. Phil McDonald is not available, so Sheehan is counting on Chris Thorpe tonight, and he's come up big.
Oh, I know Coach Papale's got some, he knows Chris Thorpe can play some basketball, and I really think that Chris just needed the confidence, and he's gotten that confidence over the last 3 games, and we just seen him taking those jump shots, and he's hitting them tonight, and he's not afraid to shoot. Coach puts you out on the floor. You can't be afraid to shoot that rock if you're open, and that's why you're out there. If you weren't good enough to play, no coach would put you out on the floor, and Chris is good enough to play ball, and he's got to be able to run that point guard position and score when he can and dish the ball off, because the remainder of this season and, of course, next year, Chris Thorpe's going to be an integral part of this basketball team. You know, John, we mentioned Sheehan, 17 victories with a win today. This is definitely, I think this is their, they're now 12-3 in the Housatonic League. A victory tonight will tie, I think, 3 other Sheehan teams with 13 Housatonic League wins in a season. So the best they can do is tie that mark due to the fact that we only play 16 Housy games now. Derby's out of the league the last 2 years.
Dorsey, three-pointer, top of the key is short, and Chernovitz rips down the rebound.
A couple other things to consider, too. Coach Mike Papale surpassed Coach Ralph Schlotman with the most victories in Sheehan coaching history. Mike's now in the 80s. And chance next year with a good season to hit the 100 mark.
Well, like Coach Schlotman mentioned, Mike has really done a nice job in his years here. He's really made Sheehan one of the premier programs in the league.
Oh, Mike's a humble guy, and I know he gives the kids a lot of credit, but I'm somebody that coached with him for the past 6 years, and I'll tell you, he works very hard at this. And
Dorsey gets the steal from Chernovitz and gets the ball back. And Sheehan now has a 7-point lead. So Chernovitz was trying to do a little too much fancy dribbling for a big guy, and Dorsey just picked his pocket.
No, he's not the first one. Shane Dorsey's done that too this year. I don't think he'll be the last. Ripped out of the hands by Freeman.
Freeman just ripped it, and there's got to be a call there. And
I think he said he stepped on the line when he brought the ball down. That was a gutsy play, though. Freeman just ripped the ball out of the Amity player's hand and went in for a layup. It's so much fun to watch a basketball team play the way the Titans play. Let that one go, John.
Gers does that and actually screens the Amity player away, so
Sheehan will get the ball underneath their own hoop down here. That didn't touch anybody. That's the second time it's happened tonight.
56 seconds left. Sheehan now has a 7-point lead, so Coach McKiernan seen his chances slip away here. Had himself a 10-point lead in the first half, is now down by 7.
Oh, Dorsey. Got it! Oh, that's NBA plus there, Johnny. Wow. How many times have we seen Coach Papale hold his head, what are you doing, and then go, yeah, Shane. What a shot that one was. 10-point lead.
Dorsey fouled Chernovitz in the backcourt trying to make the steal. And Amity will get the ball on the sideline.
I didn't think Shane was going to put that one up. I did not think Shane was going to put that up.
50 seconds left, he thought maybe there might be a last shot there, but he bombed away and he hit it. Another Sheehan foul, and I think they are now on the penalty, so they will shoot here.
That's just pure confidence in your shot when you can put up one from that range. And this team's just been gaining more and more confidence as the games have gone by. Sheehan with their biggest lead of the night at 10.
Foul is on Craig Carrero. That's his third, so with 44 seconds left in the third quarter, Craig will come out as Richardson checks back in. And at the line is Mike Forster for the 1-on-1.
You know, when this season started, the opening game was at Berlin High School, Johnny, and Sheehan pulled out, and that one looked as good as done for Sheehan. They were down by several points with not much time left, and I remember they had about 6 seconds left. They were down 3, and John Gers threw up a prayer and banked it off the glass to put it into OT, in which the Titans won. And this season basically started off in a wild way, and nobody knew back then before Christmas that this team would go on and win a Housatonic League championship.
Sheehan's going to hold for the last shot here. It's down to 25 seconds. They have a 52-43 lead. And Amity does not want to foul here.
Well, Sheehan will take their time here. We're going to hit the 10-second mark now. Coach Papale wants his troops going. The crowd wants him going.
Watch for Richardson coming around here. Thorpe's going to shoot.
Good shot. That's a good shot.
That was a real good shot. Didn't go. And that's going to be it. So an excellent third quarter for the Titans. They come out with a 52-43 lead.
We're 8 minutes away, Johnny, from sole possession of a Housatonic League crown.
So at the end of 3, Sheehan 52, Amity 43. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute.
Every day, a sinkhole radon gets into people's homes. You can't see it or smell it. When people keep breathing it, they could get worms and things die. It's so weird. Thanks to radon problems can be fixed. And if you are easy to find out, if you have radon in your home, a lot easier to wear when it's breathed.
Call or test your home today.
Welcome back to the Sheehan Gym. Sheehan holding to a 52-43 lead. 8 minutes left. Sheehan holds on. They will be sole champions of the Housatonic League. Showing patience here. There's no reason for them to rush, Tom. They have a 9-point lead. Sheehan looking for a good shot. This is Richardson driving into Gers. Spins around.
Big move.
John Gers. John Gers has had the hot hand tonight. It's another big shot. Sheehan now with an 11-point lead.
Don't forget, this game was tied at halftime, 33-all.
Well, Amity scored 10 points, make that 13 points since halftime. Big three-pointer for Amity.
You viewers at home watching, just watch. When Amity scores, Sheehan comes right back. Sheehan comes right back, and those Amity shirts, their backs are to the Sheehan players. Titans are so quick coming down.
Sheehan crowd is getting on Amity's Brad Chernovitz. And
can't understand why.
The Titans need to keep their head in the game. Wow! Amity, Dan Miller.
Quickly, very quickly. The Titans are only up 5.
Here's Richardson for 3. Cannot answer. Freeman gets the ball. Richardson, loose ball, and he's fouled. Foul is on. Let's see if that's Chernovitz. That may be his 4th if it is. That
nope.
42, that's on Mike Forster. That's his 3rd. And Richardson to the line for 2. So 2 quick three-pointers from Amity, and that has to make Sheehan a little concerned that they can answer back that quickly.
Well, that 11-point lead went down to 5. Todd pops one in there, settles down the Sheehan team a little bit. Checking in for Amity there is number 33, Eric Pepe, into the game. That's off.
Gers keeps it alive, and Carrero, that's going to be his 4th foul. So an aggressive foul, but Craig Carrero is called for his 4th. And that could be a factor here. Sheehan's short bench anyways with Phil McDonald and Kevin Glass hurt. And now Craig Carrero saddled with 4 fouls.
Well, Craig will probably get about a 2-minute break here, and he'll be right back into the game. This will be a crucial 2 minutes for Sheehan. We've said before, without Craig in the game, that Sheehan press is not as effective. And, of course, he's tough on the boards inside as well. So Sean McDonald is going to have to pick up the slack over the next 2 minutes for Sheehan.
.6:32 left, and Amity converts both. DePino. Here comes Sheehan, up by 4. So that 11-point lead is now down to 4. Dorsey for 3. It's long, and here comes Amity. A little quick for Sheehan that time, Tom.
I know Coach Papale turned around. Why take that shot, he said.
This is Miller. Amity with the rebound. And Jay Small. Amity is now within 2, so this Spartan team does not quit. Richardson, he's short. McDonald with the big rebound.
McDonald again.
Phil McDonald.
Sean McDonald.
Sorry.
Sean with the big rebound.
Sean with Phil's shirt on.
That's right.
Sean.
Phil is out there.
Big play by Sean McDonald. Sheehan back up to a 4-point lead. Chernovitz has Dorsey on him.
It's a mismatch there. That's a mismatch. Titans have got to do something about that one.
Well, Coach Papale yelled help, but help did not arrive quick enough.
Dorsey can't be playing a post-up position on defense there. It's just not going to work. Oh, a wild shot by Shane. Offense with the elbow. Good call by Frank Moore.
Cyber call. Coach McKiernan is not happy with it, but that's an offensive foul.
Coach McKinnon better be careful. It's a 2-point game right here, and he better be careful because his team's got the big momentum, and he's getting upset here. That's going to be a Sheehan timeout.
Sheehan's going to call timeout. And Coach Papale wants to settle his troops down. I think he's a little concerned about the shot selection in the last 3 times down. They had an 11-point lead. It's now down to 4. Now down to 2, I'm sorry. And this is going to be a battle right to the end. We mentioned the last few years, And even the game down at Amity, down in Woodbridge, 60-57 Sheehan won, so.
That came down to some big free throws, I believe, late in the game, in which the Titans had to convert. And we may very well find ourselves in the same situation tonight. We're glad to bring you a good one here in this regular season finale at WPS basketball from Sheehan. I believe we're probably going to be doing the first round of the Housatonic League tournament, which will be here at Sheehan, against either Cheshire High School or East Haven. They're playing tonight to see who will to determine who will be in fourth place. And if the Titans win, I'm sure we'll bring you the second game as well, because if Sheehan wins, they'll be home for both games. Then we also hope to bring you some CIAC games, if possible, as well on WPS.
5:19 left, fourth quarter. Sheehan clinging to a 2-point lead. Into McDonald.
Yes.
Oh, McDonald posting up, and he's turned into quite a player in the last 2-3 games. Sean McDonald.
You don't know how important that is. I don't think Coach Papale thought he'd be getting this much productivity out of Sean McDonald. But that kid is really sucking up a lot from down deep.
Amity missed. McDonald has it knocked away. Loose ball.
On the floor.
Sean tackled someone, and he's going to get called for the foul.
Coach Papale disagreeing.
I think Coach Papale was hoping for the foul. As Sean came down with the rebound, he had it knocked away. And I think that's where Mike wanted the foul called, but that's Sean's first. So at the line for Amity is 31 Dan Miller. For the 1-on-1, again, big free throws with 4:49 left. Hey, this is an Amity team. This one's going to go right down to the wire. They played Shelton the other night, Tuesday, in overtime. So they've played the two top teams in the league very tight. And they're a team, like you mentioned, that has 4 wins in the league. Freeman lets go through his hand, gets it back, finds Gers, open for 3. John Gers, in and out. Loose ball is going to stay Sheehan's way, so they get a break.
3-point lead. Titans really could use a hoop right here and keep that up over 5. It's nice to look over at those Sheehan stands and see them packed over there with students.
McDonald is fouled. Sean McDonald putting the ball on the floor and going strong to the hole. And like you mentioned, Tom, confidence is a huge part of basketball. And we're seeing Sean McDonald's confidence grow and grow. It's too bad that this is his senior year because he's really developing right before our eyes.
You know, you look at the statistic. We've talked all year how unselfish this team is. Sean McDonald averaging only 1.3 points a game, but the quality time he puts out there is so important to this Sheehan team. The other thing about Sean McDonald is he's come up with some big boards this year in the last few games. He's really come to light in the last few games and really shown Coach Papale an awful lot.
It's a big free throw, make it a 4-point game. 2 possessions with 4:29 left.
Now, the other amazing thing about this team, there's no really one star. Todd Richardson's got 272 points. John Gers, 271.
Gers tried for the steal. This is Amity shot is off by Small. Rebound, Freeman tried for the steal. Richardson comes away with it. Here comes Sheehan. Has the numbers, nice pass to Dorsey. And Freeman falls, so Jason Freeman.
Hey, watch on TV here as Chernovitz continues to break down the court soon. And he's trying to get that long pass thrown to him. Sheehan's picked it up and made some connections on that, have cut that off a bit, but the Amity comes down and scores and keeps it at 4.
They have, Tom, but like you mentioned, Sheehan is scoring off of offensive rebounds while Chernovitz is standing at half court
I
looking
think
for a layup.
Chernovitz ought to be in there banging and getting some defensive boards. I haven't seen him get any tonight.
He's a big kid. He should be underneath.
Well, he's hanging down in the basket. Maybe he's getting 2, but it's not doing his team too much good.
Well, when you're behind and you're exchanging baskets, it's not going to help you. Basket will not count. Foul will 4. I think the foul's on number 33 for Amity, Eric Pepe, his first, and John Gers at the line for the 1-on-1.
Almost looks as though that Sheehan student body crowd up there is getting kind of antsy, and they might be real thrilled when this game comes to a close and those Titans are on top to officially, hopefully, clinch the sole position of Housatonic League champions.
Sean McDonald gets the foul up and won't fall for him. And Sheehan, 63-58 lead, 3:15 left. So time running out for Amity. Miller hits again. Miller's got a nice shot.
I think defensively, the Titans have got to pick it up here. Amity's getting some decent shots in close.
Dorsey in with the trees is swatted. Gets his own rebound, though, and that is going to go Amity's way. So Sheehan's going to come out and press here, up by 3. 2:56 left.
Well, the Titans got to settle down here on offense. Got to take good shots. Oh, all alone. I think he had the layup, and he gave it up.
That was Eric Pepe, number 33. He's a sophomore. Thought he should give it up to the senior Chernovitz, but ball was knocked away. Someone needs to come out here. Okay, McDonald's out for Sheehan.
And he gets a big hand from the crowd, much deserved.
Sean had a good stretch of minutes there. Down to 2:41 left now. Sheehan with a 3-point lead. It's been a tight game all night. This is Miller. He's short that time. Loose ball. Here comes Sheehan.
Carrero and Freeman kept that one alive for Richardson's rebound. All the way down the court.
And the basket counts. That's a blocking foul. Amity was looking for the charge.
Well, Chernovitz is doing a dance out there on the court, but he's not going to get anything from the official.
That foul was on 31, Dan Miller, so a big play by Todd Richardson. Like you mentioned, Tom, the Titans play full speed all the time. Richardson picked the loose ball up, and he just sprinted up the court. Made the basket, was fouled, so Todd with a chance to make it 6-point Sheehan lead, and does.
That's a big play right there by Todd Richardson. Huge play.
66-60, down to 2:20 left. 6-point lead for the Titans as they try for sole possession of the Housatonic League Championship. And Richardson's going to get called for the foul, playing defense against Chernovitz.
Well, the Titans holding that 6-point lead, but it's tenuous at best here because Amity's continued to make charges at Sheehan.
And Amity's has some decent 3-point shooters. We saw him hit a couple before, so Chernovitz at the line for the 1-on-1, gets the roll, hits the first. That is Todd Richardson's 4th foul, so 2:07 left in the game. Todd will remain on the court.
Amity looking to rain on Sheehan's parade tonight, and the next 2:07 is going to be crucial for the Titans. They're up 4.
Chernovitz hits 2. It's now a 4-point game. Getting down to crunch time. 2 minutes remaining. Both teams with a lot to play for here. Amity trying to make the state tournament. Sheehan trying to clinch the championship.
Sheehan's got to take their time right here. Get a good shot. Don't be throwing up any crazy ones here.
Carrero bounce pass to Freeman. Gers. Tough shot is fouled. So John Gers, with a nice drive through the lane, will go to the line for 2 shots. 2 very big shots.
Sheehan up 4. 1:38 to go. Gers goes to the line, and we said it before, these close games, the free throws are very crucial.
Gers for the 2 shots. Short on the first. So Sheehan with that 4-point lead. It's still a 2-possession game for Amity, down by 4.
Well, this is a big hoop right here.
A make here by Gers with
short.
Again, short, and
that's a walk. That's a travel. Good call, Frank Moore. Good call by Frank Moore. Coach McKinnon's on the floor rolling around.
McCarran looks...
You better take it easy.
Tom, I'm going to give him a 9.9 on the gymnastics.
Well, we'll give him a travel, too, for that. But now's not the time to be getting upset. Now's the time to be worrying about how you're going to cover a 4-point deficit with 1.5 minutes to go.
Well, Richardson just held his ground, and the Amity player fell over him. So
well, that's the way it is. You got to stay on the floor. Otherwise, it's a walk. Incidental or not.
4-point lead. Down to 119.
No need for the Titans to rush here. They're setting up their spread offense. It's kind of like a weave if you watch it here. What they're going to do is try to find a break. There's Richardson dishing off inside the Freeman, too. Executed well.
Richardson was able to penetrate. Now Amity finds itself down by 6.
That's where practice pays off, Johnny. Those days in December and January when you're in the gym working on that over and over again.
Chernovitz hits the 2. That cuts it to 4.
This is the time now where the Titans have got to execute their game plan. Coach Papale takes the scoreboard out here during practice. You know, you're out here Christmas vacation, February vacation. You're out here with the darn scoreboard and working on this delay game, working on the situation with about 50 seconds, running the clock down, and now's the time where it pays off. When you're out there, it's a real drag to be at practice doing it, but now's the time it pays off, and that hard work might mean a Housatonic League championship all for themselves if they can pull it off in the last 52 seconds.
Amity is down by 4 with 52 seconds left. Sheehan looks like some big free throws will be in order here. Obviously, Amity will need to foul if they don't get a steal. Chernovitz said that was interesting. He decided not to go for a 3 down 6.
Probably a little too early for that. They've got to...
two-possession game for Amity.
Well, if Amity's looking who to foul for Sheehan here, John Gers, 52% from the free throw line, is the lowest of the starters on the floor. Everybody else is up over 65% or better. Dorsey's not somebody who wants to foul. He's at 73%.
Sheehan gets the ball and bounce. Amity pressure. We haven't seen too much Amity full-court pressure tonight. Sheehan gets it over across court.
Oh, boy.
Pass, and there's the turnover.
The Amity defense paid off there, and they got the turnover.
41 seconds left, a 4-point Titan lead. So that's the break Amity need to get themselves a chance here.
It's a good substitution by Coach McKinnon there. He had Frank DePino, number 12, a quick guard in the game for defense, and it worked. And he quickly took him out, and he brought in another player here on offense.
This is Small looking for Chernovitz as the guy. He's going to throw it up. Doesn't get it. And Freeman is fouled rather roughly by Chernovitz. And Jason Freeman's going to go to the line for some big free throws. Up by 4 with 26 seconds left.
Jason's got to hit these 2 right here. 6-point lead would be pretty with 26 to go. We see some fathers over there on the sideline of the bench with a big sign saying how sweet it is. No go, though. Not too sweet yet. Matt Chernovitz is going to try to make it solid for the Titans. Big, almost a steal by Dorsey.
Well, it's down to 19 seconds left. Amity is down by 4, so they're going to need 2 made baskets here.
Titans got to play D here now. Good, strong defense. They're 15 seconds away from their own title.
Top of the key, jump shot is short, and Sheehan comes away with it. Dorsey is fouled, and with 10 seconds left, it's looking...
Can we say we got it? This is a big free throw right here.
What the heck, this is tape. We'll just...
I think we got to get Tony to get a crowd. Shot at that Sheehan crowd up there right now. That crowd is pumped. They're 10 seconds away from a Housatonic League crowd.
Let's get this wrapped up, Tom. We'll have Dave Burgard edit this if they don't wrap it up, but...
It's up and good. It's a 5-point lead. Come on, Shane. Put this one in here, baby. Finish them off.
Put this one in, and Amity would need a miracle to even tie 2 3-pointers.
That crowd is ready to blow up there in the Sheehan stands. The second one from Dorsey's up and good. It's good. They won't even have to take the ball out of bounds. It's ball game.
And long 3-pointer by Small. Let Amity shoot all they want. And
that's it. They got it, baby. And they're on the court. They're on the court.
And the 1992-93 Housatonic League champions, Sheehan High School, are mobbing their seniors. Coach Papale's out there. And a game effort by Amity, but not enough. The Sheehan fans celebrate this victory tonight. What a tremendous season by the Titans.
Among the crowd yelling, "We're number one," Sheehan High School can claim the 92-93 title theirs. What a victory for Sheehan. What a season it's been, Johnny. It's been exciting. And what a way to cap it off right here on senior night. Sheehan High School, 17-3, taking it all alone.
I tell you, it's been a heck of a year. We've had some real close ones. We talked about how tough it was going to be for some of the fathers with their heart problems.
And there's Coach Papale up on the shoulders. Coach Papale on the shoulders of his players, and he's taking the victory walk over to the crowd. That's got to be a heck of a feeling for Coach Papale, who's worked so hard for this. We're going to get him over here along with the Sheehan players.
What a moment for the Sheehan team, the fans and the players celebrating. The cheerleaders are out on the floor. And a huge moment for Sheehan basketball and Sheehan High School in general. And it looks like Art Knapp's got some scissors, Tom.
He's got some scissors. They're going to be cutting down that net.
I don't know if Coach Novakowski knows about this, but that net's history.
That net's history. It's going to go into the Sheehan showcase. There's Sheehan Dorsey. He's going to cut that down. And I guess that chair wasn't big enough for Dorsey. He's got to get on the shoulders of Todd Richardson, and down come those nets.
Tell you, Tom, when we started this year, I don't think any of us thought we'd be watching Sheehan Dorsey cutting down a net at the end of the year, but they're going to take turns celebrating their Housy championship.
One by one, they're going to go up now and cut down that net. Here comes Todd Richardson, senior co-captain. He and Dorsey the first to put him up. He cuts it down.
Tom, this is a huge moment for this program. You know, you win a championship. There's a guy who meant a lot to
Big move. Sean McDonald taking his cut at the nets.
It looks like Phil's going to get up there, broken thumb and all. We're going to make our way out here.
There's Phil McDonald with the broken thumb cutting it down. The Sheehan crowd lingering around, waiting for this moment here now. Here goes John Gers. He's going to take his cut right now.
Gers had a big night tonight.
Take his cut. He's got his piece.
For these guys who played football, Tom, it's been quite a year for them. 9-1 in football, Housy champs in basketball.
Jason Freeman getting his cut. What a big part of this team he's been this season.
Well, Jason was part of the unknowns, the sophomores who had to come through. And
Craig Carrero getting his cut. Then the Dove Hennefeld in his team. We've called him all year long.
Craig doesn't get the notoriety. He's not the flashy player that some of the other guys are, but Craig, there's Chris Thorpe. He's had a big night tonight.
Yes, he has, and he's going to be an important member of this team. And he's going to finish it off, and that's in his hands right now. The net is down, and it's Sheehan's.
Huge night here at the Sheehan Gym.
Dorsey's up on the shoulders. The cheerleaders chanting, "We're number one." This is a moment you leave high school you're going to remember forever.
Oh, that's for sure. And a huge moment for the Sheehan.
We're going to try to get these guys over here if we can. Hopefully Coach Papale will let us over here with the players as we're running around in the remote control here. We try to get Coach Papale and the team over, so we're going to take a break.
Here's one time it doesn't matter who your neighbor is. Here's the other. Life's too short. Stop the hate.
Ready?
All right, back at the Sheehan Gym. We have the whole team here. The Nets are here. Coach Papale's here, and they're all pumped up. Mike, it's hard to believe when they started the year, that Berlin win, that you'd be standing here today with some nets cut down.
I'll tell you, these guys, it just goes to show you that they believed in themselves and unselfish play all year long. I'm almost speechless. I'm very happy, and these guys, hey, they work hard. They do the things they're supposed to do, and they all like each other, and it's a privilege to be associated with this group. And, you know, mainly our senior leadership this year has been tremendous, and Shane and Todd and Sean, you know, look at Sean tonight, steps up, and I'll tell you, he makes, I don't know what he had, but he had 2 big baskets second half, and obviously you saw what Shane and Todd did as well, but they did it all year long, and they earned it. We deserve it. We're number one.
Beautiful. All right. Let's talk to Todd Richardson. Todd, Shane, going out, senior night, going out, champions of the Housatonic League. What's it feel like?
Great.
That's all you can say is great?
Best feeling.
Yeah, it's the best. All we could want, guys.
4 years leads up to this.
Did you ever think when this year started? I mean, I know you guys are positive throughout the season and even before the year started, but did you really, I know this was probably a dream when the year started. Did you ever think it would really happen?
We had, we were pretty positive that we could come out and win the league. We had our chances.
Yep. Good. How about the rest of you guys? John Gers, junior, you come back next year. Craig Carrero, 2 juniors, 2 starters. How's it feel for you guys?
Feels great. Todd and Shane, give a lot of credit to them. They set the tone at the beginning of the season. We get any respect, and here we are hanging up a banner next week. And so, I don't know. It's going to be a hard act to follow next year.
Craig, how about you? How's it feel right now?
I'm so happy. I'm speechless.
All right, I find that hard to believe, but again, let's get Coach Knapp in here. Coach, I think we've well, Coach Schlotman took care of Art Knapp at halftime. We talked to him, but Art, we know you've worked hard this year too with the boys. And what do you think the key was to this one this year?
I think the key to the team this year was the fact that they played together. They played together and they practiced very hard from the very first day. I think the difference between this year and last year was like night and day. The very first practice, you should see them banging each other, and it paid off today. Because tonight, I don't think we had our legs, but we won with heart tonight.
No doubt about it. And I think I think you guys ought to give the coaching staff a big hand. Coach Cavanaugh, Coach Knapp, Coach Papale, no doubt about it. They were in part.
Well, let's get some of the big guys in here, Tom. We got the 2 McDonald brothers.
Right.
Jason, let's get Jason.
2 McDonald's and Jason Freeman. Jay, why don't you get over there with
the center here. Let's show how tall
guys.
Tom and I really are next to these. Come on, right in the middle here.
There's 3 of the big guys right here.
We got the 2 McDonald brothers. Sean wearing his brother Phil's jersey here. Phil, you missed out on some of the big games at the end, but you're a big part of the season. What's it look like as far as you coming back for the tournament?
Well, I'm getting my cast off Monday, and I might be back after that, but it's not sure yet. The doctor's going to tell me.
It's good to know your brother Sean stepped up big. Sean, you played the best games of your career and the biggest games here at the end. How did it feel?
Just happy that I came back this year and I was able to help these guys out with winning the Housy.
Definitely did a great job.
It's another nice thing, too, for the fans out there to know. He's been wearing his brother's number over the last 4 games or so, and so he's had his brother out there in heart anyway while he's been laid up with the injury. How about Jason?
Jason's been out there without his counterpart, sophomore Phil, there, battling some of the bigger guys in the league, Jason.
Yeah, I just wanted to get on the boards a lot more, pick up where Phil left off. And I hope we go far in the state championship.
We hope so, too. So we got Coach Cav coming in there, Tom.
Coach Cavanaugh, the JV coach. And, Coach, how's it feel for you? First year on the staff. This is my replacement on the JV program. And how's it feel, Coach?
Feels really good. Chris stepped it up for us tonight. Played a good JV game, too, and that's why we win the games. Everybody steps it up every week.
True JV coach, giving one of his JV players a plug. Nice job, Coach. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here they are. This is the 92-93 Housatonic League champion, Sheehan High School. And we're going to be back in just a moment with a little bit more and to wrap things up.
When friends don't stop friends from drinking and driving. Friends die from drinking and driving. Friends die from drinking and... Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
All right, back at the Sheehan Gym, John Powers and Tom Gers, a little hoarse and a little tired after quite an exciting night. Sheehan clinches the Housatonic League championship, and I'll tell you, these games this year have been nothing but a joy to do, and tonight just caps it off.
I think it's because of the team we watched all year long. This team's been just a joy to watch, win or lose. Every game's been so darn exciting. Tonight, no exception. The Titans single-handedly had to win about, 4 or 5 of the last games against some quality opponents, and they handled each one despite some adversity. We had Phil McDonald injured. It didn't look good. I know Coach Papale said he had a little pit in his stomach, not in his stomach there, when he heard that Phil McDonald was down with a broken thumb, and it's almost like, oh, gee, here goes the whole Housatonic League opportunity. But his brother came on, some others came on, and Sheehan's going to be lifting a banner in this gymnasium next year, and it's going to be nice to see. And the other nice thing is, these kids, it's always something they can come up and look at. when they come back to the school after they graduate and say, that was me. I was part of that team.
Tom, you and I, there's 2 banners over there that you and I had something to do with, and,
Yep.
and it's only one little thing, but
Right.
every time we walk in here, we look at
Yep.
it, and for the rest of their lives.
And everybody that was on that team can claim a part, whether you played a little bit or a lot. You know, you can look at it. You know, we've been out of school 11 years, but we can still look up at track for yourself and me for baseball and say, I was on that team.
That's right.
And, you know, even though we've been out a long time, and it just feels good to look up there and say, that was me. And these guys, nobody can take that away from them right now, and that's all theirs.
Well, those championship opportunities don't come along
No,
that
they
often.
don't.
and
No, they
took
don't.
advantage of it this year. You said they had injuries to face, and a 70-64 win tonight. A big game by John Gers, 21 points to lead his team. He had the hot hand.
Well, we were just talking to my mom and dad over there, and they said he was really a pain in the neck at home today, and he didn't want to be around anybody. And he had one thing on his mind, just as every single one of those guys did today. They had one thing on their mind, that was to go and win this thing outright. And they did it. And I think there's a lot of people walking around a daze here, because for 21 years they've been watching basketball in this gym. And I think Craig Carrero said it well last week when he said, you know, people come in here and think basketball is not even played because there's no banner up there, but Sheehan can claim one now. It's all theirs.
For sure, and I'll tell you, the parents, they're a big part of this program. They're at all the games. They support these
Let's
kids.
give them the credit that's due as well.
Your father looks like he worked harder tonight than John did.
Mr. Dorsey was running around out there. We saw Mr. Carrero. The Carreros are always at the games. The Richardsons are always here. The McDonalds. We're probably sliding people, but they're all here all the time supporting these kids, going to Berlin, going down to Seymour and Shelton on work nights and so on. Let's give the parents a lot of credit.
And it's nice to see the kids back at the
Yep,
games.
that's right.
When you and I first came to Sheehan in 1978, this place used to rock with student body.
And hopefully it's coming back.
Hopefully it will come back.
It will.
They come off a championship.
And the other thing, I think we got to give that coaching staff, Coach Kavanaugh, Papale, and Knapp for a wonderful job as well, because I don't think they get the credit that's due to them either.
They're definitely a well-coached team, and I think it's fair to say they might not be the most talented team in the league, but they're the champions.
They are.
We have the shirts to prove it, and
That's
so
it.
do they.
And hopefully we're going to get a chance. We'll do some games for the Housatonic League tournament and hopefully the state tournament too.
So a great way for us to end our regular season on TV here. Sheehan is champions of the Housatonic League, and for Tony Calcagni behind the camera, Tom Gers and myself, John Powers, we'll see you next week with the Housatonic League tournament.
Good
Have a
night.
good evening.